Hello, I'm Kari, your intuitive counselor and happiness coach with your August forecast. And I missed you. I hope that you have been well and happy and healthy during this absolutely bananas time in our world. So we have so much happening in August, and I really want to help you make the most of it because it can be a really positive and fun and productive time, or it could be nuts. Totally your choice, because it's all how you are channeling the energy. So we begin with our first 3 weeks of August are in the sun sign of Leo. Now Leo is ruled by the sun, that's its ruling planet. So the sun is all about radiance and joy. The sun is what gives us life on this planet, and it's a creative energy. Leo is all about love and exuberance and radiance and creativity. Now that's the positive aspect of Leo, and it's such a loving energy. So we also have a lot of cardinal planets this month. Cardinal planets are initiating energy. So this is really a time to radiate more of what's in your heart, to initiate projects. All of the personal planets are now moving forward. We don't have that Venus and Mercury retrograde that was really tripping us up for a while, right? I mean, oh, so much. So this is forward moving energy. So a lot of the projects that you've put on hold, it's a really great time to move forward with them. And Leo teaches you how to be confident. The sun is associated with your solar plexus, which is all about confidence and courage and personal power. So this is a really amazing time to radiate more confidence, to be more you than ever before, to be more joyful, to be more passionate, and to radiate. It's so creative. And so that is the energy that's going to keep you moving forward in the most joyful way this month. So please ride that, okay? Use that energy, tap into it, and be as creative as you can. Be as radiant as you can, and radiate as much love as you can. You have so much inside of you, and now it's time to shine. Now, along with the sun, Mercury, which is the planet of communication, is very close with the sun this month. When it's in Leo, when the sun's in Leo for the first 3 weeks, Mercury is right there with it for a lot of that time. And then when the sun moves into Virgo, Mercury's moving into Virgo. So the sun and Mercury are really, really in close alignment. So since Mercury is the planet of communication and expression, even more of this energy is around communicating, saying, speaking, creating from within, from what's in your heart. It's not a time to keep this inside. We had 2 months of really intense retrogrades, and so that was a lot of cocooning energy. That was a lot of internal energy. And so now this is like the opposite. It's like you've done some soul searching, and so now it's time to reinvent yourself in some ways and to express some of these new passions of yours. To maybe you even want to rekindle some of your passions. So it's really about expression. And to even emphasize that even more, August 2020 is a 3 universal month. Now 3 is actually also the number of communication and expression and joy. It's a very social vibration. So even though we're in this time of social distancing, you can still have fun, you can still share your joy with other people, you can still be social, even if that is over the interwebs, right? I mean, there's so many ways to connect with people and to share what's in your heart and to be joyful and creative. So be creative about how you're being creative. So this 3 energy is also associated with anything having to do with the mouth, including smiling. So humor is a very important aspect of how you're going to navigate this month and your life. Humor is very important. Looking on the bright side of things, seeing the joy in things, not to be Pollyanna, but to really simply creating more joy and more love has a ripple effect. And that's what the 3 energy is about. And 3 is associated with words. So this is a time when you really have to speak what is in your heart. You really have to, all that stuff that's been inside of you, especially after all this retrograde, again, and the soul searching and the eclipses, all the June and July were really intense with that, right? So if there's anything that you haven't been expressing, this is time to share it. Now, being that it's 2020, there's a big twist to this. Because, nothing this year nothing ever is all butterflies and roses, but oh my goodness, there's a very intense energy around all of this. Mars is in Aries. Now, Mars is going to be in Aries all through January 2021. Mars is in Aries for an extraordinarily long period of time because it's going retrograde next month, and we're in pre-shadow of that retrograde this month. Now, Mars in Aries, Mars is also a fire. It's a fiery planet, right? Like it's a warlike planet, and it's aggressive, action-oriented. In the sign of Aries, his native sign, Aries is a fellow fire sign. So we get the Leo, we have this Aries. Mars is going to be in very tense aspects to a bunch of planets this month. And you have this very combative planet in his native sign, in his pre-shadow of retrograde. So going back and reclaiming these parts of you, these angry parts of you, maybe these things that you pushed in your shadow because it's not really spiritual seeming, you don't think. You're like, ooh, I shouldn't get angry ever. I always have to look on the bright side or whatever. So all of that stuff that we push in our shadow, especially anger and some of those more fiery emotions, they're going to start expressing themselves. So with all this Mercury connecting the sun and the 3 energy where all that expression is happening, that's great when it's conscious, but Mars in Aries is a bit of a hothead. Aries literally rules the head. That's why Aries is the sign of the ram. So we have a lot of this hot-headed energy happening now through the end of the year, just what 2020 needs, right? So, and we also began this month on the 3rd with this beautiful Aquarius full moon, but it was also kind of a tense full moon. So this brings up amplifies issues of freedom. And so everyone's going to want to express what their idea of freedom is, which is great. So you are going to want to express what's in your heart to allow yourself more freedom in all areas of your life, personally, professionally, politically. There's so many ways that we're expressing our freedom right now. But there's a lot of ram energy, right? Like everybody has a different idea about what that means. So it's really important that you are aware of this energy because, like I said, you can channel this in a really positive, productive, and proactive way. But you have to understand that this energy right now is very rambunctious. It's very much about hot-headedness and impulsiveness and aggression. And we're going to have quite a bit of this energy throughout the rest of the year. Surprise. And but right now it's really intense. So I want you to be aware of that so that you can navigate this energy and you stay out of trouble. You can get yourself into good trouble, like the late John Lewis had said. So go ahead, get yourself into good trouble, but you want to stay out of certain kind of trouble, right? So trouble that you can avoid. Now also like physical things, this is not a time to take physical risks. Definitely not a time for road rage, okay? So if somebody's doing their road ragey thing, you just let them, right? Don't counteract anything that you're seeing someone being impulsive. You just, manage, right? Do not instigate and do not get involved in anything that you feel can be combustible. Because this fire energy, the element of fire in nature, as you see it, it can bring warmth, it can bring life, it can bring sustenance. It has a beautiful glow. It's so calming sometimes. Like if you light a candle, it's so beautiful. Or the sun, which is so joyful. I mean, that is the element of fire at its very best. But fire can also rage out of control and be very combustive. So I want you to be aware of that with how quickly things can escalate right now, so that you allow yourself to really be in the joyful, creative, beautiful aspects of this energy and really stay out of the wrong kind of trouble. So I have 3 action steps that you can take to help you really navigate this energy with grace. So your first action step for the month is to pursue your passions. This also means romance. So if you have not romanced your life in any way, if life has felt a little bit dull in any way because, oh my gosh, it's been rough, right? So it's a time to rekindle that kind of spark for life and joy for life and romance. So whatever that means to you, and if you've put your passions aside because things have gotten too complicated or there's too much to do, it's really, 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 really important that you get that fire in the belly, that you get that fire, that passion for life really sparked and ignited and acted upon. So any passion projects, remember we have all this cardinal energy this month, this initiating energy, which is really such a great time to pursue any of your passions, to pursue any projects. So really take advantage of that and get that joy back in your life in any way if you've lost it, or spark it even more if you're on a roll. Go for it, right? This is an incredible time to put yourself out there, to be courageous, to do things that you love, to have romance, to have joy. This is a great time for it. So you go do that. Now, your second action step is to chill out if you're feeling hot-headed, okay? So, you know, it's like, I feel like everyone's like a volcano or a pressure cooker right now. And so I know you know those times when you have maybe spoken too quickly, or you were really feeling hot under the collar and you just reacted instead of taking some time to process your feelings and then responding. So it's really an important time to just like release the valve of that pressure cooker to vent off some steam. If you're feeling agitated or angry or upset in any way before you talk to the people or person or whatever it is that you want to share. Remember, it's a good time to express yourself, but you want to do that in a very productive way. And usually when you're feeling super emotionally charged, that's not the best time for it. So I'm giving you fair warning here because you remember those times in your life where you didn't do that. You don't want to burn bridges, right? This is a really good time to, when you're feeling really emotional, to take some time to yourself, write in a journal or talk to a loved one, vent whatever you want, and then communicate. Okay, that's going to really save you a lot of anxiety. Now, your third action step is to use your words wisely. Use your words to uplift and inspire. In the beginning was the word, right? So the word is what creates things. This is what shapes our reality. So you want to be very conscious of how you're talking to yourself, about your life, about the world. And you want to be very conscious about how you're communicating what's in your heart to other people. So really be mindful as you're writing, as you're talking, as you're speaking, as you're texting, right? You don't want to be like, you said this, right? You just want to be like really mindful about how your words are impacting you and also shaping the world around you. This is a time where we need so much kindness, so much love. And tearing people down, fighting with people where you know it's not going to make an impact, really, don't waste your breath. Use your breath, your words, to create the world that you want to inhabit. Your words have power. Your expression has power. Your creativity has power. Use that power wisely. I feel like is there a baby Yoda? I don't know. I feel like we need something like that right now. Now, if you need assistance staying grounded, I do have a free grounding meditation for you, and you can access that using the link below. It's absolutely free, and that's going to help you stay grounded during this kind of turbulent time. And grounding's really important right now. So again, you can access that using the link below, and that's completely free for you. I hope I've inspired you to create a joyful world, a world full of love and beauty, because that is what's in your heart. I love you so much, and if you've enjoyed this video, share it with your friend, and I'd love to hear what you're doing this August. Feel free to leave a comment below. I love you so much. Have an amazing August and beyond. Lots of love. Bye for now.